Welcome to a great, big, beautiful podcast. I am Ty, and as always, I'm joined by Kelly and Erica. Say hello, girls.
Hello.
And here we talk everything Disney. So, welcome to episode 2. All right, so there's a big event happening out in Anaheim in a couple weeks. D23 is August 23rd through August 25th. So for our news today, I figured we'd have a little bit of fun here and make our predictions. We're going to make our predictions based on what we think is going to be announced for the parks, then for movies. So Erica, what do you think? What are your predictions about park announcements at D23?
So I think this year for the parks panel, which is going to be held on the Sunday, I believe, we're going to hear a lot about Epcot because right now we're having a huge Epcot overhaul. And, I mean, if you've been visiting the parks, you guys can see that there's a lot of construction walls up. There's so many things going on. And one of the things that we have noticed is that September 8th is a really big day for Epcot itself. A lot of things are closing on this day. So I'm just going to read a little part from the WDW News today about the changes, and all of these are going to be happening on September 8th or around September 8th. It says many big changes were announced this week for Epcot as part of an ongoing project, including closures, moves, and remodels. The Electric Umbrella will be closing this winter because it's getting an extensive remodeling. The Art of Disney store is actually going to move to the American Adventure for a little bit. The Penn Central and the Fountain of Nations will be closing September 8th as well. And Mouse Pier is going to be shutting down for a remodel. And apparently it's going to get a small little, relocated area, but that store is huge, so I don't know how everything is going to fit in a different location. Club Cool is also leaving, but is apparently said to return eventually. And Character Spot is also going to close on September 8th, and there are going to be new meet and greets around the park. So what I'm hoping to hear is why all these things are closing. What is going to be the new theme? How are they going to be updating all of this future world area of Epcot? Because I think that's something that we're all wondering about. Because all of a sudden, everything is closing. We know we have a 50th anniversary coming up. So we are I think, just trying to amp everything up and make everything look a lot better. So I hope in that aspect we'll hear a lot about why this overhaul is happening and get some more concept art along with an opening date for Guardians of the Galaxy's roller coaster. And that moves me over to Hollywood Studios because I hope to get an opening date for the Runaway Railway ride that's taking over where the Great Movie Ride used to be. Because both of these attractions have been going under construction and were announced at the last D23, I believe. So I hope to get some more information on that. So I really think we're going to hear a lot about Epcot, though. I think that's going to be one of our main focuses at this park panel and how this park is going to evolve. And hopefully, maybe we'll get a little update on getting a new pavilion in World Showcase. That's what I think the biggest prediction that's going around is that we're going to get a new pavilion in World Showcase. And I'm crossing my fingers for that, honestly. What are you thinking about, Kelly?
Yeah, I was going to pretty much ditto what you said. I was going to say a lot about Epcot. I really hope they do put a new country in World Showcase. It's always up for grabs as to what they think it's going to be, but I would really like to see a new country going in. I'm going in October. And the end of October, beginning of November. And so I do hope they do a little bit. I know they're going to shut down a lot, and I'm a little bummed about that, but I know it's for good things and good things to come. I do think they're going to, obviously, they'll, with the opening of Galaxy's Edge, I think they may do a little bit more at D23 with maybe finishing that up, if you will. Just say, hey, reminder, this opens in December. Both Rise of Resistance opened in December in both parks. I don't know if you guys heard this, but there was a big announcement that's coming on August 22nd from Disney. Did you guys see this anywhere on social media? that there's this huge hush-hush announcement coming August 22nd that they're discussing at D23. Did either one of you see this?
I heard that there was going to be a big announcement right after Universal released their big announcement. Then Disney came out and said, "Don't worry, we have an announcement too." But we don't really have any details about it.
No, I did some digging today because I was curious. I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole because, you know, a lot of people are, Villain Park, you know, a new park here. First of all, it's not happening. They're not going to do a new park. Watch, I'm totally going to be called on that, and they'll throw a new park into it. But I've heard everything from who's replacing Bob Iger to Disney is buying like a gaming, you know, they're buying a gaming company to Disney Airlines. I did read somewhere that they were once again talking about this quote unquote villain park because I guess there's a strip of land over by Magic Kingdom that used to be a landing strip. And that's where they're parking a bunch of construction vehicles. So of course everybody's like, oh, they're going to build there. They're going to build a park there. So the Disney universe is in a big huddle. They have no idea what's coming. So I really don't know on my end, but they are going to announce it on the 22nd and discuss it on, it said the 24th at D23. So I would really like to see that. I would also, I don't know when the contract with Universal and Marvel end in Florida, but I would love to see some more Marvel besides Guardians of the Galaxy, which is fun. I would like to see more Marvel in the parks in Florida. I don't know, you know, how realistic that is with the contracts with Universal, but I think they're going to try to bring more of that into the parks. And then I'm hoping something with Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is one of my favorite parks. I'm hoping they throw something fun in there. But yeah, I definitely think this D23 park-wise is totally going to be Epcot centered, with the Reed Hall and the new Space Restaurant and the Guardians of the Galaxy ride and the new Ratatouille ride. Like, I just think it's all very, very Epcot centered. So that's what I think. Ty, do you have any predictions?
Well, I'm first of all, I'm definitely with y'all about it's definitely going to be Epcot centered. I'm thinking that we're going to get a more roundabout opening date for Guardians of the Galaxy. I think we're going to get a roundabout opening date for Ratatouille. I think we're going to get a roundabout opening date for the Tron roller coaster Magic Kingdom. And I'm Kelly. I'm with you about the Marvel stuff. I think that with the fact that Disneyland opened up a Marvel section of Disney's California Adventure, I think that opens up the opportunity to do the same thing at Disney. I think that they can maybe add it to the Magic Kingdom or add it to Hollywood Studios. And then also, I'm with y'all as well. I would love to see a new pavilion added to World Showcase. Me and Erica were talking about how it could potentially be Brazil or Spain. I think that would be pretty awesome.
When I heard Greece, maybe too.
I haven't heard that one.
I heard Greece.
Greece would be awesome.
I was hearing a lot of Brazil because we get a lot of Brazilian tourists here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they come here like all summer and it gets pretty crazy, and then they come here in the winter too with their huge tour groups because their summer while it's our winter. Oh, right. So people are thinking it's going to be that because it will attract a lot of people to that pavilion, obviously.
Right.
So that could be a possible thing, but then Spain is also floating around because at one point my mom said there was like a little trailer that had a little trailer dedicated to Spain at one point that you could walk through, and it had pictures of Spain and like the history of Spain. It was a very long time ago when I was really young, and my mom's like, I'm just hoping that one day that means that there's going to be a new pavilion and it would be Spain. But I think we already have the Hispanic culture represented in Mexico, so I really think it might be Brazil. But Greece, I think, would be very, very cool.
I think Greece would be awesome.
Yeah. So any of those countries would be fun. With like little kids, and I also, I have two little kids, and I travel with my parents as well when we go. And there, I would call senior age. Please don't be mad at me when I say that, but they're in their, early 70s. And my mom sometimes likes to breeze through countries, and when you have two little ones, it's not easy. And so I would, one day, I'm going to go by myself, and I'm just going to go walk the countries and try and enjoy them, because it's so difficult to do that.
The countries are beautiful. It's my favorite part of Epcot. It's just a perfect place to walk around.
Yeah, and they're
and
so
enjoy.
well themed. They're awesome. I love them too.
I agree. All right, so that leads into my personal favorite predictions. Go ahead and laugh, y'all know it's true. Let's go in to see what kind of predictions about movie announcements that we are going to get. So actually, I have 4. I think that we are going to get the actual release date for Black Panther 2. There's an unannounced Marvel movie for June 2021. So I'm thinking that potentially could be Black Panther 2. I don't know. I'm hoping that we get the release date for Black Panther 2. I'm hoping that we get the actual announcement for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 to go with a release date, and it'll probably be the beginning of Phase 5. I'm pretty quite certain that this one's going to happen. We will be getting a new trailer for Frozen 2, and then we will be getting a new trailer for Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. Those are my 4 predictions. Pixar somehow manages to surprise us every D23, so there could potentially be a big Pixar announcement. There could be we could get more announcements of the live action Disney movies coming out. I know that Lady and Tramp's been announced, the Little Mermaid's been announced. We could get a new trailer for Mulan, which is already had a trailer released. So those are my movie predictions. What do you think, Kelly?
Well, you totally took mine with the Lady and the Tramp. I was going to throw that one out there. But looking at the schedule, I actually have it in front of me. It looks like there's a lot of, like you said, Marvel that they'll be talking about. There's a Marvel 80th anniversary is coming up, so definitely think it's very Marvel themed. What I do hope, and I don't know if you guys have heard this, just there's a couple panels here about Haunted Mansion. Did you guys ever hear the rumor that they were going to do a new Haunted Mansion movie and like Ryan Gosling was going to be in it? I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but
I hope not. I didn't even like the other Haunted Mansion movie.
It was with a director, and someone is probably screaming at me right now because I should know the name. It's a very Benicio del Toro, was that the guy's name? I think it was, who was going to be the director of this Haunted Mansion movie. And it was rumored. I heard it, I want to say, on another podcast. I want to say I heard it on Nerdist. I could be wrong. But anyway, so that would be really cool because, like I said, there's a couple panels on here that are talking about Haunted Mansion. So a Haunted Mansion movie, I don't know. The other one was okay. But I think that might be cool. It looks like they're going to put a couple more things about Star Wars. So, but those are more just shows versus movies. I know they were rumored, they did cancel, they were going to do the Boba Fett movie, but they weren't going to do that anymore. Is that correct? Right?
Yeah, as far as I know. Yeah. I don't think it's officially been canceled, but it's been put on the back burner.
Right.
Yeah, it's not getting really any attention right now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it's very, like I said, I think it's going to be very Marvel centered. And then maybe with their new properties or new Fox that they took over. Maybe they might do something with Fantastic Four. Maybe they might release a new Fantastic Four. I don't know. But they might do something with that too.
On the subject of Fantastic Four and the X-Men, they are rumored to be part of Phase 5. And Deadpool 3 is rumored to be PG-13 and not rated R.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, Disney basically told Fox that either you make it PG-13 or you don't release it. But also on the subject of that, did y'all hear that Disney canceled a ton of Fox movies coming out?
No.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't have that one.
Yeah, Disney pulled the plug on a ton of Fox movies coming out, and it was because of how bad X-Men Dark Phoenix did at the box office.
Wow.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ty. I just Googled the thing about the Haunted Mansion. It was Guillermo del Toro, and it says here that it's rumored that Disney is expecting to make news on this project official at the D23 Expo in Anaheim, California in 2019. So we might hear something about this new Haunted Mansion reboot in one of these panels.
Well, that would
Sounds
be good.
exciting.
I know, I'm pretty pumped. This guy makes some good movies. And it did say Ryan Gosling was rumored. Once again, these are all rumors. It said that Ryan Gosling was rumored to be a part of the project.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. He's easy on the eyes. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But that's all I have for movies on my end. Erica, do you have anything to add to that?
For me, the one thing I'm really, really looking forward to, I just want more information on the Little Mermaid cast. I want to know who else is going to be officially cast in the movie, because right now there's a rumor going around that Harry Styles could be Prince Eric, and I was and still am a huge One Direction fan, and if Harry Styles would be Prince Eric, I would watch that movie probably a million times over and over again. So for me, I hope and I think that they're going to talk about some casting things with the live-action Little Mermaid, because it's about time. They already let us know who Little Mermaid was going to be, and now I just need to know the rest of the cast, honestly. That's I'm not a huge movie person, but for me, that is what I'm looking forward to the most. And also, I want to see if they put out another Mulan trailer, because I want to see more, because it already looks phenomenal, honestly. The combat choreography looks really, really great, so I would like to see another trailer from that, and I would love to hear more about the live-action Little Mermaid, and I think that we will, because it's getting a lot of, publicity on Twitter. I don't know, everyone's freaking out over the Little Mermaid, so I think we're going to hear a lot about that. And I also want to just hear more about other live-action movies that are going to come out, and a Frozen 2 trailer, like Ty was saying, because I really want to see a trailer of that. But that's where I am on that. The Little Mermaid live action is where my brain is at right now.
So here's a question for both of you, just off the top of my head, because this is a big thing going around, the Disney universe, if you will. Some people are saying that they're live actioned out. Basically, they're getting tired of the live action reboots. What do you guys think about that?
For me personally, I kind of agree with those people, just because I want to see something new, even though I love seeing my childhood movies come to life. But I was recently disappointed in the last live-action movie that I watched.
Oh, no, I loved it.
I just couldn't get into it because I didn't feel the emotion as much as I wanted to. But right now my favorite Disney live-action movie is Aladdin, and that was amazing. And if they can keep doing movies the way they did Aladdin, I'll watch a million remakes. But I do want to end up seeing some new Disney movies in between.
Right. I wonder if it's because you and I have a little bit of a gap in our age. I remember going to see Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Lion King in the movie theater when they came out. So for me, it was, oh my gosh, yes, it's another remake. I agree. I'm a little exhausted with the live action reboots. I feel like it depends on the movie. Like, I never really got into Mulan, so I'm like, okay. But I have a friend who, that's her favorite movie, so she's going to be pumped when that comes out. Or, like I said, I grew up on Aladdin and Lion King. Those were, Disney Renaissance. I love those movies. I know some people, Erica said you didn't like Lion King. I cried halfway through the movie. I wasn't very fond of some of the songs, but I just thought it was really cute. I laughed in it sometimes too. I loved Aladdin. I thought Aladdin was genius, and I know a lot of people didn't like. They said it felt very claustrophobic and like almost small. It wasn't on a grand scale, and but yeah, I just was curious what you guys thought. Ty, what do you think about like the remake?
I personally, I'm with you, Kelly, because like you, I did see Aladdin, I did see Lion King, and I did see Little Mermaid in the movie theaters. I did see all those in the movie theaters, the original versions. So I personally, I got no. My only problem with the Lion King remake was the music. I did not really care for a lot of the songs. Y'all have heard me be very vocal about how disappointed I was with "Be Prepared." I thought the live action version of the song was terrible. Was terrible.
Yeah.
I was really mad in the movie theater when "Be Prepared" was supposed to happen. I felt very let down, honestly.
I was very upset. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, me too.
Exactly. I personally, I did like the original Mulan, so I'm excited to see live action. I am excited about the live action Little Mermaid, even though I told Erica I wasn't.
I don't know how I feel like about Lady and the Tramp.
I'm curious.
It's gonna be weird.
I heard that they're going to be making a live action Peter Pan, which would be awesome.
Bambi.
I like Bambi, but that's one I don't think they need to remake.
I just think we need to stick away from all of these like remaking only animal movies. I feel like the ones that have more music and like actors in them do better, like for Disney, because with Aladdin, like the choreography and being able to incorporate all these different aspects, I feel like really made the movie so much like, I don't know, like a different perspective than the original was. So I feel like if they're going to do Bambi, like just don't do it. And like I feel weird about Lady and the Tramp. Like I love dogs, but like I don't know if it's going to come the right way and like feel the right way because of how I felt watching Lion King.
And I agree. I agree with that because if you look at let's look at the live action movies that come out, the successful ones, Beauty and the Beast, Lion or Aladdin, were the two successful ones. Least successful were Jungle Book and Lion King. And look at the difference. In Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast, you had more live characters. Jungle Book and Lion King were both animal characters. So I will agree with that with the fact that the animated movies that have human characters are going to be more successful than the ones with animal characters.
Yeah, I agree with that a lot. And the only reason why I'm trying not to get too hyped about The Little Mermaid is because I was really excited for Lion King just because I've seen the Broadway show, and we watched Festival of the Lion King, and I held it up to that standard, and it's not what I got. And Little Mermaid is on Broadway, and I don't want to hold it to a Broadway standard, and then I watch the movie and it doesn't meet that Broadway standard. But then they're here with the rumor of Harry Styles being Prince Eric, and he can sing phenomenally, and it makes me think there's going to be a Broadway style to the show. But I don't want to get my hopes up in that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think overall for movie predictions, I think we're pretty spot on what we're going to hear, because I know Marvel's going to be a really big thing because, Endgame did really well, and there's many more things to come now from Marvel. So I think we're going to hear a lot about that, a lot about live actions, and maybe we'll hear about this Haunted Mansion thing. Like, I'm not a big fan of Haunted Mansion because I'm scared of everything. Like, that ride creeps me out, but, like, I know everyone loves the Haunted Mansion, so I think if there is going to be a new Haunted Mansion movie and it can be done better than the first one, it's going to get a lot of people excited, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
I think that kind of wraps us up on the movie predictions for D23, so now I kind of want to move into, like, an interview section about our favorite things at Disney. And our first question matches what we were just talking about, and it's going to be what our favorite Disney movie is. So I'm going to go first, and then I'll ask each of you individually once I have finished my answer. So my favorite Disney movie of all time is Beauty and the Beast. In my opinion, it is the best movie ever, and I used to watch it every night when I was growing up. For some reason, I felt really connected to Belle because I felt like she was the only princess I could relate to, because at that time she was the only princess with brown hair and darker eyes, and she was reading, and she, lived in the middle of France in the country, and I don't know, for some reason she was just that princess that to me was better than any other princess. And the live action movie to me wasn't as good as the original, just because when I look at Emma, all I see is Hermione, and all I could think about was Harry Potter while watching the live action movie. But I think the visuals in the live action were beautiful. But to me, it was Hermione, like, dressing up for Halloween and trying to be Belle. But I still think that the Beauty and the Beast original movie is the best movie that has ever existed, and nobody can change my mind. But Ty, I would like to know what your favorite Disney movie is.
I'm going to try to change your mind. I'm going to attempt here. But my favorite Disney movie of all time is the animated version of Dumbo. Now, this movie is one of the more older Disney movies, but it's just oh crap. I forgot we're recording this. But anyways, it's a heck of a story. And it's one of those movies where it makes you cry, because if you don't cry during Baby Mine, there's something wrong with you. You're not human. I mean, how can you not cry during that song? If you don't laugh during Pink Elephants on a Parade, once again, you're not human, because watching a drunk baby elephant is hilarious. And Timothy Q. Mouth is one of the biggest smart alecks in Disney movies. He's freaking awesome. And then the singing crows singing When I See an Elephant Fly. One of my favorite songs, personally.
It's a really good one. I love that song.
And then the live action version, Dumbo, changed the story a little bit, but it was good. I mean, live action Dumbo is my favorite of the live action remakes. It was great. Both versions are great, but anime Dumbo is hands down my favorite Disney movie of all time. So, what about you, Kelly?
My favorite, Little Mermaid. It was the first movie I saw in the movie theaters when I was a kid. It was, I think it was the first VHS. No, probably it might have been the first VHS that I owned. I watched that movie constantly. I had the soundtrack. I loved Ariel. I'm very into music and singing, and I kind of felt like I was Ariel sometimes when I. So yeah, I really like The Little Mermaid. Like I said, it's very nostalgic for me growing up. So that's mine.
Kelly, do we get to see a karaoke video of you singing Little Mermaid?
I love that.
Maybe one day.
Okay. Well, going on to that, we have what is your favorite Disney park in Walt Disney World? Mine personally is Epcot. I grew up always being interested in learning about different cultures. Not only with that, Epcot had my favorite parade of all time, the Tapestry of Dreams, and at one point it's also Tapestry of Nations, and it was the best parade in my eyes. And they also house my favorite fireworks, which I also think are the best fireworks, and sadly, those fireworks will be leaving September 29th. And I'm just hoping it will bring something even better to Epcot. But that has always been my favorite park, and not to be too funny, but when I turned 21, it became an even better park. And I got to experience cultures in a different way, but Epcot has always felt like the home park to me. And I feel like all of us have that park that makes us feel at home. And for me, it's always been Epcot. Kelly, what park has been that for you?
I'm going to have to think Animal Kingdom. I know that's probably not on the top radar for everybody, but I've always had a thing for animals. I wanted to be a zoologist growing up, and when I went 2 years ago, we actually took they were doing a pilot program for a behind-the-scenes tour. It was free, and it was, I think, like an hour and a half, and they took you behind the scenes at Animal Kingdom and showed you where they prepare the meals for the animals. It was just so cool to see all that. I wish it was, I know that sounds weird because it's very large. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but that's just me. I love walking through there. I love the attention to detail with like little popcorn lights, with the random wall murals on random buildings. Yeah, that's me. I like Animal Kingdom. What about you, Ty?
We're all over the radar on this one, but my favorite park is actually Hollywood Studios. If our listeners haven't figured it out by now, I'm like the biggest movie nerd ever. I love movies. I love going to the movies. Heck, I love watching documentaries about the making of movies. That's how big of a movie nerd I am. So being able to I remember the backlot tour, and that was so cool to me, seeing how they did a lot of stuff for movies. The Indiana Jones show is my favorite show to see. For the same thing, I love seeing that movie come to. The Indiana Jones movie is some of my favorite movies of all time. I love seeing them come to life in person. I love watching the old black and white episodes of Twilight Zone. So we know which one of my favorite rides is. I mean, it's not my favorite ride, but it's one of my favorite rides. Y'all both know me well enough to know that Star Wars movies are my favorite movies of all time. So we know what I'm most excited about. We know what ride I love riding at Hollywood Studios. We know what I'm excited about opening up at Hollywood Studios.
In just like 2 weeks.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, Hollywood Studios, my favorite park.
That is awesome, because next we're moving into what your least favorite park is. And I am so happy that no one said that their favorite park was Magic Kingdom, because my least favorite park is Magic Kingdom. And it's only because there are way too many people, and all the children are always screaming, and the lines lately have been crazy. And I have a story of how last week I was there for some extra magic hours, and let me tell you, it did not feel like extra magic hours. The lines were still 2 hours long. There were people blocking all kinds of walkways, and it was just ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong, the castle is beautiful. The theming is beautiful. My favorite all-time attraction is in that park. But for the aspect of the crowds, it is my least favorite park to go to, especially because getting to the park is one of the biggest hassles in the world. Having to park and then take a monorail or the ferry, and right now the entire TTC is under construction, and it's a mess to get anywhere. For right now, if I want to go to Magic Kingdom, I park at a resort, and then I hop on a bus. I eat lunch at the resort, hop on a bus, and it makes my life so much easier. But getting into Magic Kingdom takes forever. The crowds are just getting bigger and bigger. I mean, it is a theme park that gets 21 million visitors a year. It is one of the largest theme parks in the world, and it is the most popular theme park in the world. So of course it's going to be that way. But I just can't handle it anymore. If I want to ride Pirates of the Caribbean, I'll find out a way, but that is literally probably the only reason I will go, or unless my girlfriend wants to go ride the Winnie the Pooh ride because she loves Pooh. And those are the only two reasons I will find my way to the Magic Kingdom. Kelly, what is your least favorite part?
All right, Ty, you're going to kill me. For right now, my least
Yes.
Yeah, my least favorite park is the studios, and that's hard for me to say because I don't know. I don't have anything really bad to say about it. I'm just right now there's not a lot. Obviously, without Galaxy's Edge and everything, not open currently to the public. Last time we went there, I think we spent like a half day there. I think some of their shows need to be updated, or when they update shows, they should stick with it. I know they did a Pixar show. I think it was last summer where the Beauty and the Beast is, and it's drawing a blank. Where the Beauty and the Beast show is, they did like a Pixar thing with.
Oh yeah, it was like a symphony thing.
Yeah, and I just kind of think that, I don't know. I think they need to spice it up a little bit with a little bit. It's Disney. They can do better shows. They can do. They got rid of some of the actors that did stuff on the streets of Hollywood. I think a lot of. I don't know. I don't have anything really bad to say about it personally. I just think for right now, it's just my least favorite. You asked me my opinion. There you go. You get it. Go ahead. All right. That's me.
All right, Ty, what is your least favorite park?
Payback, Kelly. Payback.
Oh,
My least favorite park is Animal Kingdom. So I mean,
each other.
like Kelly said with Hollywood Foods. I mean, I got nothing against the park. I think it's a great park. Don't get me wrong, but it's just my least favorite. I just because I mean, the reason I say that is because I go to Animal Kingdom for one thing only, and that's for me to spend 3 hours riding Expedition Everest as many times in a row as possible. I mean, literally, that's the only reason I go to Animal Kingdom. I hate Dinosaur because I come out of it with motion sickness and an incredible migraine.
Oh man, take some Dramamine.
I mean, I will probably change my mind because I haven't had a chance to go to Pandora yet.
Oh, you like? Oh my!
My mind will probably change. If my mind changes, then Erica's gonna hate me because Epcot's gonna become my least favorite park.
Oh my gosh, I love Flight of Passage. I can't wait. My son, he doesn't really ride those types of rides, and he's been looking on YouTube and seeing what it's about. I can't wait to put my son on that. I can't put my dad on that ride. I'm so pumped when we go to ride Flight of Passage because when I rode it, if my best friend listens to this, shout out Brandon. She was on it, and she doesn't like blue people, and she doesn't like VR rides, and she hated it, and she screamed obscenities at me the whole time because it's amazing, and anyways, it's amazing. So
yeah,
it's a great
did it last Friday. Best ride at Walt Disney World. You got to do it.
There you go. But yes, Animal Kingdom is currently my least favorite park.
All right, fair enough.
Let's move on to something a little happier that makes everybody happy, and that's food. So I want to move on to our favorite Disney snacks. And for me, it's between two things. The Mickey, ice cream premium bar is my favorite little thing to snack on, along with Casey's mini corn dogs. But to me, the mini corn dogs end up being a meal because I'm really full after those. But the premium bar, I just have so many memories growing up just eating them and having it all over my face. Until this day, I make a mess whenever I eat the premium bars. And it's like the most, in my brain, like the most authentic like Disney snack that you can get. I mean, I remember when it used to only be like, you know, probably like $3 to get the bar now, and now it's like a little over $5, like maybe $6 now, I think. But it's still like, for me, it's worth every penny because it's this authentic Disney snack, and I will never get over it. And now that they sell them at Publix, it's not a smart idea, but I buy them all the time because I just want to feel like I'm at Disney on my couch all the time. So, but I haven't gotten them recently. But I do love the ones they sell at Publix. They taste like almost, or maybe even better than the ones in the parks. But still, Mickey ice cream bars are the best. And Ty, what is your favorite Disney snack?
We all know that I love chocolate, so anything that has chocolate on it is great in my mind. But that being said, my favorite snack is the chocolate covered Mickey Rice Krispie treats.
Ooh.
Yes, they are amazing. You can get them anywhere. You can get them at resorts. You can get them at the parks.
They make great gifts, by the way, if you ever think about getting us gifts.
Hint, Erica, Christmas is coming up.
Oh, and I have snack credits when I go down there. Oh, my goodness.
Hint, you have a friend in Texas who loves those things.
Okay.
Help y'all. And then my birthday's coming up in March, Erica.
Yeah.
but yes, the chocolate covered Mickey Rice Krispie treats are awesome. So, what about you, Kelly?
Okay, so this is really hard for me. Okay, so I don't know. I didn't see it last time I was there, but when I was a cast member back in 1999, which is so long ago, 20, that was a long time ago. They used to have these things that we used to just devour. Okay, I feel old. They were 3 large marshmallows on a stick. And what they did was they dipped them in different, so one of them maybe would have like pink sprinkles. One of them had like Reese's Pieces on it, and one of them had M&Ms on it. And they used to sell them at the candy store that was on Hollywood, on streets of Hollywood and Universal. At Studios. And they also sold them at Magic Kingdom. And I used to love those. I haven't seen them in a while. I know in Disneyland they're called Tigger Tails, and they do have them in Disneyland. Once again, I didn't look excessively for them, but that was back in the day. But like my actual like thing that I love currently, and it's not really, well, obviously everyone loves a Dole. Not everybody, but I like Dole Whips. Especially the ones with rum in them.
Oh, yeah.
But kind of along the same thing, it brings you back to my childhood, not the rum part, but the actual Dole Whip part. So I'm going to go with Dole Whips. We always got them when I was on vacation, when I was with my family. So I'm going with Dole Whips.
That seems like a very popular choice. Everyone I know is obsessed with Dole Whip.
I've yet to try it.
It's not my favorite just because I don't like that pineapple taste, but I know people love it. There's always a long line in Adventureland for Dole Whip. But let's try to get out of the parks for a second. What is your favorite Disney activity that isn't in the park? And for me, that is what my girlfriend and I call like hotel hopping or hotel exploring.
You took mine. No fair. You saw my notes. You took mine.
I didn't mean to steal yours, but it is the most fun thing. We call ourselves the Orlando Squatters, but more like our family calls us that, because there are days that we'll be like, okay, pick a hotel. We're going to go there, and we hang out at the pool. We walk around, we take pictures, and we get lunch at the resort. And it's like a very relaxing day at Disney, but without the crowds, because you still get the Disney magic because you're in the resort, especially like if you're like at Art of Animation, like there's of Disney movies around you, and it's beautiful. And the pools are themed, and it's just like being at Disney but not having to deal with all the people. So for me, the hotel hopping, and I love going to Port Orleans. We go to any of the All-Stars. We've done Pop. We do Art of Animation. We will go to Magic Kingdom and then take a break at the Contemporary or hit up the Contemporary when we're leaving. Resorts are just a fun way to feel like you're there, but you don't have to be in the craziness of the park. So that's mine. What's yours, Kelly? I bet it's not the same as mine.
Oh, it is exactly the same. I would have to say we always don't do that the first day we get there is we go hotel hopping. When I went with my son for his first trip a couple of years ago, we really didn't get to do that because we were very regimented about parks and where we were going and everything. But this time when we go, the first day we actually have dinner reservations at Polynesian, so I'll get to show my kids the Polynesian. And then the last day we're there, we're going to do some hotel hopping as well. So I will say that. I also, when I was really young, so I'm going to say 8 or 9, we stayed at Caribbean Beach, and we got on these little, I think they're called Sprites. So they're the little boats that you can get in and you can rent and just kind of putz around the lake and everything. Those were really fun. I think my dad drove it, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to add that to as a runner-up to, just sitting one of the watercraft or something fun to do with the hotel. When we stayed at Port Orleans, my brother and his family, they rented one of those bikes that the whole family, biked around, the resort. The resorts have so much stuff to do. They have, during the day, they have fun pool games for the kids to do. At night, they have movies right by the pool. So there's a lot at the resorts that you can do. Ty, I hope we didn't steal one of yours. What's yours?
Hey, guess what? Same thing. I personally, I'm with y'all. I mean, there's not much more that could be said that hadn't already to be said. I love exploring the resorts. I've stayed at the Contemporary Resort. It's unbelievable. It's really nice. But I didn't get a chance to really do a lot of resort exploring my last trip, which was 10 years ago, unfortunately. But I know that my next trip, I'm going to do my best to pick at least one or two resorts to go explore. So I personally, I know Erica likes to make videos of the resorts. I like to take pictures. So I mean that's my thing is walking around the resorts, just looking at the theme of the resorts. Using the resort exploring to pick where I'm going to stay my next trip. So
maybe you could see at the brand new resort that's opening up called Reflections. Did you hear about that new resort? I just found out about that one the other day.
That's the one that's going to be on the lake?
Yes.
Really? Concept art today that there's going to be a statue of Pocahontas in like the middle of the lobby.
Yeah, I heard something like that too. Yeah, it's called Reflections because that's when I was looking to see what people's predictions were going to be for this new epic announcement coming out August 22nd. Someone had mentioned that they thought that they were going to take River Country and Discovery Island and do something like that. And someone's rebuttal was, no, they took that area and made it that's the new Reflections Resort. So anyways, I wanted to sneak that in there because I found it really interesting. I'd only heard about that the other day.
Yeah, I'd read a little bit about that. Sounds like it's going to be really awesome.
There's always new resorts and new ideas that are going to pop up because there's people like us who love to go, check out all the hotels, so they need to keep making new ones. But to hop on the thing about the boats, they also have them at Fort Wilderness, and my dad used to take us on those. So I do recommend, if you have younger kids and they just want to have a day out on the little Sprites, it's always a fun activity to do with the kids. But another thing at Fort Wilderness that was always fun growing up was doing the pony rides at the little petting area. They had where you could ride the ponies, and I did that every trip. And I know that they still have the petting zoo. I don't know if they still do the pony rides, but they have the big stables. We can go see the big horses and stuff. Those are just really fun things to do when you want to break from the parks. Honestly, checking out hotels, dining reservations at different resorts, and just going exploring. Disney Springs is a fun place, but honestly, it's just as much walking and work as going to the theme park because of the parking, and there's a lot of places to walk to. So to truly relax, I think a hotel hopping day is where it's at.
And not to mention even something I really want to do. I'm just goofy like that, I guess. I wanted the whole movie night at Fort Wilderness with the s'mores.
That's a fun time.
Exactly. I mean,
it's fun.
There's two miniature golf courses around the property. There's so much stuff to do that you can take a day off from the parks and,
Absolutely.
like Erica said, to recuperate, because the parks, especially in the summertime,
they take
a toll on you.
It's too hot.
I don't know if you guys know this, but a couple of the resorts have, I think it's on the weekends. I want to say it's Saturdays, and don't quote me if I'm wrong on that. But they have these like mini 5Ks. Port Orleans has it, and I think at the end you get like some beignets or something. Yeah, it's a fun little 5K that you can run at the resort. Yeah.
Huh.
I heard about that.
That sounds fun.
Well, thank you for answering all of my questions, guys.
Thank you for asking them.
Of course.
All right, I think that's about it, guys. Anything else that we want to add?
I think I'm good on my end. I think we've said everything that at least I've had to say.
I'm good on my end.
All right. Thanks, Ty. Thanks, Erica. And always remember, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow just to dream away.